Hi, welcome one and all. In this presentation, I mainly focus on three major areas: cybersecurity, cybercrime, and security scanners. In today's digital world, almost everything is connected to the internet, making cybersecurity an essential part of our daily lives. Today's world is digitally connected. Banking, education, healthcare, and communication all rely on technology. With this growth, security risks have also been increased. This lecture will cover how we protect our systems, that is cybersecurity, and what are all the threats exist, that is cybercrime, and how do we detect weakness, that is security scanners. Most of us use online banking and social medias in our daily activity life. Then every click we made online needs protection. So, what is cybersecurity? So, cybersecurity is a combination of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect digital systems, that is, safeguarding computers, networks, and data from threats. The core pillars of cybersecurity is CIA, that is, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is nothing but data should be accessible only to authorized users. For example, password protected accounts. And the integrity, data should not be altered without permission. Example, banking transactions must not be modified. And availability is nothing but data or services should be available when needed. For example, ATM services working 24/7. The types of cybersecurity available are network security, application security, information security, and cloud security. Here I quote one real life example, that is when we are logging into Gmail, we have to enter our password, that is confidentiality, email content unchanged, that is integrity, and we have to access anytime, anywhere is availability. Then understanding cybercrime. So what is cybercrime? So cybercrime is an illegal activity conducted using computers or the internet. Criminals exploit technology to steal data, money, or identities, impacting individuals, organizations, and governments globally. The categories of the cybercrime are against individuals using identity theft and cyberbullying, etc., and against organization using data breaches and ransomware attack and so on, and again governments as cyber terrorism and espionage. Why cybercrime is increasing? Because of easy internet access, lack of awareness, weak password, and use of public Wi-Fi. So these are the reasons for the cybercrime is increasing. For example, a hacker steals credit card details from an e-commerce site. So who are cyber criminals? Cyber criminal is a person who uses his skills in technology to do malicious acts and illegal activities. They can be individual or teams. Black hat hackers, cyber stakers, cyber terrorists, scammers are some examples of cyber criminals. The common types of cybercrime available are hacking, phishing, malware attacks, identity theft, and cyberbullying, etc. So, hacking, it is breaking into systems without permission. The types of hacking are ethical hacking, unethical hacking, that is legal or illegal. And then phishing. Phishing is a social engineering attack that tricks users into revealing sensitive data. Malware attack is nothing but malicious software installed secretly into our systems that can damage or control our systems. And then identity theft. So it is using someone else's personal details for fraud. And cyberbullying is harassment through digital platforms. For example, fake Instagram profiles used to harass students. Other prevalent threats include DDoS attacks, cyberstalking, BEC, internet fraud, software piracy, social media frauds, electronic money laundering, and so on. And then we have a close look for phishing attack. So phishing involves deceptive emails or messages that mimic legitimate sources like banks or companies. Victims are tricked into clicking malicious links, leading to the compromise of sensitive information such as passwords. These attacks prevalent across email, SMS, and social media platforms. So phishing is a psychological attack rather than the technical attack. The types of phishing available are email phishing, spear phishing, that is targeted attack, and smishing, that is SMS based attack, and vishing, that is voice calls. How the attack will flow using phishing attack is: first, the victim receives fake message and the victim clicks the link and enters user credentials, and after that the attacker steals the data with the data entered by the victim. The signs of the phishing are urgent messages, act now, unknown links, spelling mistakes, and fake URLs. These are the signs of phishing. For example, fake bank website asking for an OTP. Then malware, a harmful software. So what is malware? It is designed to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access. Types of malware available are virus, Trojan horse, worm, and ransomware. So virus is nothing but it needs human action to spread. For example, opening an infected file. Trojan horse is nothing but disguised as useful software. For example, fake antivirus app. Worm, it spreads automatically. It needs no user interaction. And ransomware, it encrypts files and demands money. For example, WannaCry attack. The effects of the malware are the system will be slowed down and the data will be lost and the complete system will be locked with the help of the malware. What role the impact of cybercrime in today's world is? Cybercrime has a multi-dimensional impact. There are many impacts. First, we are going to see is financial loss, that is direct theft, bank fraud, and indirect cost recovery or illegal. And the second one is data loss. The personal data and business data will be lost, and reputation damage, loss of customer trust, brand image destruction. And fourth one is psychological impact, that is it involves stress, fear, anxiety, especially in cyberbullying victims. And legal consequences, non-compliant files, legal penalties for organization. For example, a company losing a customer trust after a data breach. So then we have to protect our systems against all these cyber threats. We have to introduce security scanners. So what is security scanner? Security scanner are vital tools designed to identify system weakness and vulnerabilities. They act as a proactive defense, detecting potential entry points before malicious actors can exploit them. These tools are indispensable for ethical hackers and security professionals, significantly enhancing overall system security. So security scanners are automated tools that scan systems to find vulnerabilities. Why we need security scanners? Or manual checking is not enough and the systems are more complex. Hackers constantly evolve in networks. So these are the reasons why we need system security. So what are the benefits of security scanners? Or early detection, risk reduction, and continuous monitoring. Because these security scanners are used by ethical hackers, cybersecurity teams, and IT administrators, like a health checkup for our computer systems. So what are the types of security scanners available is port scanner, vulnerability scanner, network scanner, web app scanner, and malware scanner. Port scanner. Port scanner is nothing but it identifies open ports. For example, detecting an unused open port. And then second one is vulnerability scanner. It finds known weakness. For example, outdated software detection. And third one is network scanner. It maps devices in a network and detect unauthorized devices in our network. So then web app scanner, it finds website vulnerabilities. For example, SQL injection flaws. And then malware scanner, it detects and removes malicious files. And how we protect our systems against all this cyber crime is, first we have to use strong passwords. For example, creating a strong password involves uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. And then we have to avoid unknown links, that is we should not click any suspicious messages. And then we have to install antivirus software in our system, that is it detects malware in real time. And we have to update our system, it is used to fix system vulnerabilities. And then firewalls and scanners. So firewall block unauthorized access, scanners detect weakness. And then additional practices involve two-factor authentication, backup data regularly, and avoid public Wi-Fi or transactions. So nowadays cyber threats are increasing. So awareness is the first defense, and then prevention is better than recovery. So cyber security is not just an issue, it is everyone's responsibility. So be aware of cyber threats. And in conclusion, cybersecurity is a critical dynamic component of our digital existence that requires constant alteration to ensure the safety of our interconnected world. Thank you.